Okay, a year later for Epic Universe, I'm just doing a sort of a reaction to this creator, this Megan Moves video. I've not seen this video, so I'm very curious of what she says as far as experiencing Epic Universe without an Express Pass. Okay, so this is coming from, okay, my own perspective. My husband and I, we have gone to this park several times with Express Pass, without Express Pass, and my just coming from like a casual-ish type theme goer, that's just sort of the perspective of how I'm seeing this, how we're going to watch this video. Because right off the bat, is Epic Universe worth going to? It depends. It really depends. As of now, to me, Epic Universe is sort of, as it stands right now, it feels more like a Renaissance festival to me. It does. With some rides, yes. And it's very detailed, yes. Okay, out of all the theme parks, yes. But if you are someone who really enjoys Renaissance festivals, I believe that you'll probably really enjoy this one. And if you get to ride some of the stuff, great. If not, you're like, oh, I'll be back. Because we have gone to this park every single time and rides have broken down or simply closing early, or they're just not operational. Okay, so that said, I'm curious as to what this creator has to say about theme parks of Epic Universe. And especially, like, okay, not to knock any of these creators where they have made theme parks like their sole thing. Always keep in perspective, in my opinion, they're always going to lean towards the, everything is wonderful. This is great. That's great. It's just, and that's cool. That's cool. Party on. So let's just look at this from someone where, no, I'm not making my whole brand all about theme parks and all this stuff. I enjoy this very much, but I'm just curious. I'm interested to see. Let's see what this creator has to say. Okay.
Look like here at Epic Universe with all the talks of crowds and no shade. We have early admission at
and yes, that's a given. The crowds and no shade. Yes, but there are plenty of restaurants. There's one restaurant in the Harry Potter section where even the team members talk about how people don't really know about it. It's sort of a kind of like a hidden section in the Harry Potter section where, yeah, you can easily sit there, have nobody around you. It's very calming. It almost feels like, I mean, of course it's Harry Potter, but it almost feels like a Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones sort of tavern. The Witcher, it has that sort of feel to it. So it's pretty cool. You could definitely go there, get some shade, air conditioning. But yes, bring a sun umbrella for sure.
And it is 8:33. We are into Epic Universe, so it's nice that they let you scan in earlier. I don't know that it makes a huge difference what side you go in on, but we have a half hour to early admission, so let's go to Battle at the Ministry.
Early admission. Okay, general admission. Okay, so these things, this half hour type stuff, it does make a difference. I mean, Disney does it as well. And yes, it does make a difference. So if you are doing that half hour, obviously a lot of people, they go to the main ride that bunches up. Like we stayed at the Riviera Resort, and I can talk about that in another video. But anyways, so we went to the Epcot, and yes, everybody lines up for the Ratatouille ride. Since we get a half hour early and then you're on that side of the park versus if you were outside admission, you're walking from the front of the park trying to get to the back of the park where that ride is. So yes, the extra half hour, it doesn't seem like much, but yes, it does add sort of like a buffer, but I wouldn't say it's not a deal breaker, but yes, it does help.
In case you're watching and you don't have early admission, they do have two sections that they will stand you in. To the left, we have early admission, and then to the right is general admission. So if you're not staying at a Universal hotel, we're gonna go over here because we do have the early admission. And I think they do hold you over in the general admission, so that's
Okay.
blue, but that's what we're testing here. So we will see how long it takes to get at least to the entrance of the ride.
Wow, so they're already like aligned to that Ministry of Magic. Okay. First off, I don't know if she'll mention it in this video, a little tip for that ride. If you wait towards the end, and this was on Halloween even, if you wait towards the end of the night, I think it was like 8:30 when it was a walk-on. Okay. Now again, you're chancing if this ride could, you know, break down, or hey, it's no longer in commission for the rest of the night. That is sort of a gamble, but that's something to keep in mind. The closer to the ending of the park. Now, again, I wouldn't show up like 10 minutes, like you're in Mario Land and it's 10 minutes till closing the park and you're gonna run over there and get in a fight with a cast member or team member. Please, people, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, there was an incident like that this past week with Animal Kingdom, and people, don't do that. Don't. Head over there a good half hour, if not 40 minutes, prior to closing, and get over there, and yeah, they'll be, in our experiences, it's a walk-on.
Bonjour.
You know where to come to if you didn't want it.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, yes. Check it out.
It is currently 9:08, and I thought I would look at the Universal Orlando app to see what the wait times are looking like.
I was going to comment as far as the talent. I will say this for Disney as well. The talent that they cast in Epic Universe, phenomenal. Great casting, great talent. I'd say anybody, whoever's playing, whoever they're casting for the Invisible Man, and all, dang. And I'm sure there's probably multiple actors. You guys are killing it. Like, just phenomenal. Yeah, I'll say the meet and greets and the casting, everyone, well done. Like, you won't be disappointed, for sure.
Battle at the Ministry, it is saying 90 minutes, so we'll see how long it takes us to
90
get
minutes.
through. 10-minute wait for Stardust Racers.
Okay, 90 minutes, so an hour and a half. Is that ride worth it? It is a cool ride, but for an hour and a half of your time, that'd be like a cutoff. I'd like, okay, maybe wait for an hour and a half.
Minutes for Hiccup's Wing Gliders. And in Super Nintendo World, It is 40 minutes for Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. It is 5 minutes for Yoshi's Adventure. And then one of the more popular rides, it says 120 minutes for Minecart.
Minecart is not worth it. It's not. It's a cool ride, but it's so short. I'm tell you right now, it is not worth an hour of your. Because even with an express pass, and we've only gotten on that ride one time out of all the times that we've visited this park, because it was either broken down or the wait times were like, yeah, no, not worth it. And even with an express pass, we waited for Mario Kart or that Donkey Kong. I may have filmed how much time, because it seemed like forever and a day. Like 15, 20 minutes, and that was express. Now, I don't think it was 20-minute wait, but then again, I'm like, it did feel like we were in a normal queue, which obviously we weren't. But that ride, it's just that it doesn't move a lot of people, and it's very short-lived. It's very cool, but
Madness. So just a little reference for what you decide to do whenever it comes to early admission here at...
Okay, real quickly, I would probably go to, even if Harry Potter is like your main, like I really want to get on that, and you had this extra half hour, in my opinion, I'd probably go rush over to that Donkey Kong. If you're not doing Express Pass and you're staying on property, and again, you have that extra half hour, I'd probably go do the Donkey Kong, and then just know the Harry Potter ride, you're going to do that at night as a walk-on. Most likely, anyways.
at Epic Universe. It seems like Super Nintendo World and the Ministry of Magic are the two most popular that people head to.
Yeah,
Dark Universe
I agree.
isn't open yet. That'll open at 10 a.m. There is butterbeer available
Just so
right
awesome.
outside.
Oh.
One of my favorite parts of this.
Yeah, and the single rider thing, theme parks are starting to crack down on that, which, yes, they should. But it's not always like a guarantee that you'll get on quicker because, you know, there may be like no single rider openings, or there's a single rider opening, you get on and the rest of your party, again, has to wait till another opening comes. But I don't know if that Donkey Kong thing has a single, maybe it does, I don't know.
Line getting to go through the Metro Flu. There is a queue outside here that sometimes you'll have to get held in, but it seems like it's moving pretty good. So
Yeah,
I wonder
see,
if they officially opened the line. At
We've
9
never,
a.m. and now
okay,
it's
so
like-
we've never gone through any of this because we've had an express pass where we got on, and then, like I said, at night we just came back and yeah, it was a walk on. Okay, so let me just fast forward through this queue.
to use a ride locker at all. 9:57, almost an hour to get into the loading area.
An hour. See, to me, honeys, I just don't think these rides are worth an hour of your time. I've waited an hour for rides and it just, I don't know, I guess that's kind of like the cutoff.
Well, it is 10:10. We are on and off the ride. Early admission is officially over. The park is officially open to all guests now. So it is a little bit sad that you do take your whole early admission to do this, but it is nice to knock out one of the most popular and longest lines early in the day. Now we have the rest of the day to see more of Epic Universe. The line
But see, I'm curious, like, again, at night, if you could just come back. And we're back.
does still say 90, but it looks like the line is into that outdoor queue that we were in earlier. So I think this would be a good one to check off early in the day. We are now leaving Battle at the Minute.
I would say if I would check off that Donkey Kong ride off if you have that extra half hour, in my opinion. And that's just my perspective. It just seems like that ride the wait time never goes down. So, but if you're a huge Harry Potter fan, then yes, by all means, if that is the main reason why you're going to that park, yes. But if you're just sort of like, hey, it really doesn't matter, I kind of like them all, I would try to knock out that Donkey Kong one.
Mystery, and I think our next plan of attack is going to be to head over to Isle of Berk to knock out Hiccup Swing Gliders. I want to do this earlier in the morning since it is more of an outdoor queue instead of midday. It also says that it's about 15 minutes, so I'm guessing that most people go to Battle at the Ministry or over to Super Nintendo World. Another plan of attack you could do is go over to Dark Universe, but I may save that for midday since Monsters Unchained is more indoors, and that would be a good AC break. Here's the
Yeah, I agree with that. The one thing that see, this is what, okay, this park is it's big. That's why I say I compare it to a Renaissance festival. And it's just sort of, I guess my planning is just different. I guess it depends on what you want out of this park. If you want, like, I want to make sure I ride all the big rides, okay. But in my opinion, I would try to plan your day to where you can kind of do whatever it is in each land until going on to the next one, because I feel like you're going to be ping-ponging back and forth quite a bit.
Yeah, this is the queue for Le Cirque Arcanu. It is very enclosed, very air conditioned, nice for the heat of the day, but
Yeah, so I mean, I would suggest doing these shows like midday where the intensity of the heat and it moves a lot of crowds. There's a show like this one's in the Harry Potter, and then How to Train Your Dragon. There's a show there too. These would be excellent again during the day if you just ate like a lunch and you just want your food to sort of, you know, settle, get out of the air conditioning again. These would be great options in my opinion, midday.
this is a show we can't necessarily film it, but it has a lot of the Fantastic Beasts and
Yes.
different acrobats.
But once you see these shows, you're just sort of like, you know. And they're fine, and they're actually great shows, but it's just like, yeah, okay.
Cafe. Here is our lunch at the French Cafe.
Yeah, so the French Cafe, we have gone to this cafe several times, and yeah, the food is pretty consistently good, and it's kind of cool, like, to get, if you can get an outdoor seat, if you want an outdoor seat to just sort of people watch, that's a great, like, sort of, oh, I'm in Paris, you know, just sort of reminiscing a bit. Okay.
Dark Universe now to ride Monsters Unchained, since it's a nice indoor ride too. Does look like Minecart Madness and a couple other rides are delayed right now, so that may happen during your day.
And it will. I would say, wow, so she's even reporting on some of the rides being delayed. I would say that is the biggest, sort of the biggest thing to just make sure you have that in your mind, that these rides, and it's a new park, and even with old parks, rides break down, but definitely keep that in the forefront of your mind that these rides will most likely break down. Some of them, all of them. So that's why I consider this like a Renaissance festival. That there's a lot to look at, and food and meet and greets. And the rides are sort of like a bonus if you get to ride them. So I would not go to this park and like, you are going to this park to ride the rides. Like, that is your main focus. I think, honeys, you might walk away disappointed. Okay? Just trying to be really, really like realistic with you as far as, because even she's reporting that they're delayed.
So we were at Curse of the Werewolf right now, and they just sent a group of cars without no people. So I don't know if there was like messed up. Two of the team members went through, and like it looked like they latched the doors or something, or turning them. So they just sent a whole group with no people on them. Great.
About a half hour doing some of the power-up band games. There are so many spots located around.
Okay, so if you don't have the power-up thing, it's sort of like the interaction with the wands with Harry Potter. And see, my husband is not really, like, he's not a Harry Potter fan at all. He's just like, eh. But he still enjoyed, you know, taking my wand and, you know, trying to do the interactions. So I'd say that's what this park is really great at. Again, more like a Renaissance festival where you're kind of going around and interacting with your environment. In the same, like, we don't have power-up bands, but I would say to make this park like really like, okay, if the rides break down, and they probably will, okay, or delayed or whatever. Oh my gosh! Is Yoshi like, it's momentarily broke down too right now? What the fuck? What is this? And you're like, okay, but what's something that we can really try to make the best of all this? I would suggest, yeah, the power-up bands, which again, if you're a family of 4 or 6, I understand that money starts to add up. But maybe even share some, like, whatever. Like, my husband doesn't have a Harry Potter wand like I do. So, so we just went back and forth. And perhaps maybe do something like that where, okay, if there's some downtime, you know, the wait times are high, this ride is down, there's still some things that you can have fun interacting with this park. Maybe go into it with that type of mindset.
I feel like that was a pretty good deal. You can get lucky sometimes with the single rider lines, but the only caution I have to you is sometimes it can be as long, if not longer, than the normal line.
We've seen that too. Like, we've had express for this ride, and yes, we have seen the single rider line where the standby line was actually going by faster than the single rider line. So I've seen that as well.
So just something to think about whenever you're coming here. I just came back to see if we could do the Minecart Madness ride. Unfortunately, it looks like it's delayed again for the second time today.
Yeah.
This ride is pretty finicky whenever it comes to the delays and the closures that it has. So just something to be mindful of. Sometimes this is nice to do during early admission, but we'll see if it comes open later.
Is that not what I just said? I said that earlier. You're probably your best bet if you have that early admission, do that Donkey Kong ride.
App. It is around 6:30 p.m. and the wait times have dramatically decreased since I came in to get dinner. This is a water ride. It's 15 minutes right now. Battle at the Ministry is 60 minutes.
See, and that's my other thing with Epic Universe. My opinion, as the day goes on, I feel like the crowd, it lessens and lessens, and that's why I would suggest like that early admission, do the Donkey Kong ride, especially since it's broken down when we were there. Knock that out and then do the shows during the hot parts of the day, because I believe that, these rides, as the day goes on, there's like people that are like nonstop, they want that energy, they'll go to another park or just simply just leave because there's not a lot of shade and they don't really, I guess maybe they don't really care to like walk around and look at all the detail type stuff. And yeah, like the closer it gets to the end, like in the evening, I would say it's better ride times and all of that.
Minutes. Pickups Wing Gliders is 15.
Yeah,
Mario Kart
15
is
minutes.
30.
30, that is good. Mario Kart is 30 minutes. That's, yeah. Minecart Madness is at a 110 minute wait. And again, probably because it was closed down, and then when it reopens, people, flock to it.
Is for Minecart Madness. So I just wanted to show this for a little reassurance.
Delayed Monsters Unchained, delayed. Yeah, so.
And the wait times look very long midday. There is still some hope that later on in the evening, the wait times will dip down to give you a chance to ride rides gotten to yet. Checked out Yoshi's Adventure yet? It is about 6:30. We're gonna go ahead and get in line and see how long it is.
Yoshi Adventure.
Ride on the Yoshi
It's not a
ride.
must,
I also
but
don't know if
it's
I
cute.
mentioned it, but I switched out my headband.
It's cute, but it's not like a must.
Final
Oh,
things.
let me see how long did it take her.
Thank you. And we made it on Yoshi.
15 minutes.
About 15 minutes.
I mean-
so 5 minutes quicker than the wait time. We are back in the...
Okay. Yeah, not far off. Like, I would say that's sort of a realistic perspective as far as even what she was showing. Yeah, the rides will break down. Yeah, they will. And be delayed. And the shade, yes, there's not a lot of shade. And just keep that in mind. If you are going to this park and for you it's like a one and done type thing, just really keep a realistic perspective. You may not get on everything, and treat it like a casual fair Renaissance type of park as of right now. And yeah, I think you'll leave pretty happy with that. All right. I am going to go. That will do it for me. Yeah, I'd say that it's pretty realistic, but keep in mind that, without an express pass, keep in mind she was a single rider and, not a family and things like this. So yeah, the timing is going to be slightly different getting on and off these rides. Even if you're a family of 4 or even 2 people, this is like a realistic take for 1 or 2 people. But I don't know, with a family, getting split up, it can be an exhausting day because keep in mind, you could be waiting in the single rider line and you're like, okay, we're going to try to, I don't know, do a hack, if you will, a hack of everybody gets in the single rider line, but then the ride breaks down or is delayed. And you're standing there like, okay, it's been 15 minutes. Even if you go to talk to a team member, sometimes they do know. Sometimes team members, I guess I'll give you this advice. Instead of stepping out of line, try to ask them like, hey, is there any sort of roundabout update that you can give us? My husband and I, we've done this with like HHN. There was this past HHN, there were some complications with a house the house that was right next to Fallout. Actually, oh no, I took my Fallout stuff down. It was right next to the Fallout house, and we had early admission and all this. And yes, that house wasn't opening, but we asked a team member, you know, do you have some idea? And they're like, we don't really know, to be honest. They're like, we don't really know. So if you want to step out of line and go do the Fallout house, you're more than welcome. And then yes, just get a ticket, because we had an express pass. They're like, you know, just get a ticket from the team member and then just come back when this house opens. You can do that which we have. We've done that with rides as well. If they delay with Disney, both. This isn't a Universal Epic Universe thing. Before, you know, especially if you're a party and you can do this, try to send someone and try to talk to a team member or cast member and just ask, is there any update? Like, you know, within the next 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, do you think that, you know, things will be up and running? Or like flat out ask them, like, do you really, like, you really don't know? And they typically do. They typically like, hey, it should be up and running within this half hour. If you want to wait, okay. If you're in Express, go get, you know, a voucher. Now, if you're in the regular standby line, no, you're not going to get a voucher or anything coming back. But at least it can try to give you an idea and see if you want to take that chance of stepping out. If they're unsure, they're like, hey, we really don't know when this ride will be up and functioning. Then okay, try to make the best decision, whatever it is at the time. And I would suggest try to do maybe something in that section. If it's Mario Kart or whatever, or Dark Universe, if it's not functioning, just go, okay, this is a time, like, let's go explore the section itself. And so then when the ride comes available, you know, you do have to, you know, keep checking. It's like, oh, it's now up and running. Then yes, you can be one of the first people to go over there, versus going clear over to like How to Train Your Dragon, and then the Dark Universe, you know, Unchained monster ride is up and running, and now you're like, oh, there's only a 15-minute wait. Like, let's run over. Okay, you and everybody else is running over there. And by the time you get over there, it's probably going to be 30, 40 minute wait. So just keep that in mind when the rides, if there's delays or they do break down, try to ask a team member and just like, hey, do you have a roundabout, you know, time when this is going to come up and operational? Because it literally could be just like 10 minutes. You know, you don't want to step out of line and then you're like, oh, now it's running. And then, yeah, ping-ponging back and forth. You want to talk about being stressed and your day ruined. Yes, that is a quick and easy way to just ruin your whole experience of this park. If you're like, oh, this ride is, now you're going back and forth. Like, I would try to plan for, most likely, the rides will be delayed or broken down. So if you go to the mindset of you are going to just go to this park and sort of interact with it, some of the offerings there, the food, and just take in the sights, I think you will leave, you know, pleased with, okay, yes, we did some things and this is pretty cool, the world building. But if you are going there because you love rides, no, I don't think that you'll enjoy this park. Epic Universe, I don't. If your whole thing is nonstop action, ride, thrilling roller coasters, no. Like, if you don't really like Epcot, I don't think that you'll really enjoy Epic Universe. Not saying that Epcot has to be your favorite park, but I would say Epcot falls in the same category as Epic Universe right now. They're more designed of just relaxing, sort of taking in the sights. I would not say they're like action-packed parks. They're not. As of right now, they're not. They have some elements that are like, woo, but no. They're more just like a casual walking through and taking, like I said, taking in the sights. So yeah, there's that. That was an interesting take. And yeah, I'll just get back with all of you. And those of you who have gone to this park, have you gone to this park where nothing has broken down? Because I have not experienced that yet. I'm just curious, have any of you experienced where you're like, yeah, everything was up and running and it went really great? Or what's been your experiences? And are you guys visiting this park? And what are you hoping to do and see? But yeah, I'll have some videos following up on Epic Universe. It is a really cool park, but again, it is like a Renaissance Festival, a heightened, amplified Renaissance Festival. Those are my final thoughts. All right. Bye, honeys. I will hang out with all of you later. All right. Bye.